Welcome back to my channel again. I saw the first video, had some reaction, personal reaction, but however, some views. However, I thought it's very important to make another video to make some explanation about some kind of stuff, and this stuff is the difference between objective and subjective thought. Why? There is a lot of difference between this weight of thought. Is to be objective or subjective. Okay, the difference is between fact and opinion is the same, because fact is objective, opinion is subjective. And for doing that, there is a really good example. If think about that, you have to go in another city. You don't know anything about the city. You go there and start to explore. Maybe with a train, you go out and you start exploring the city. You have no idea where are you going, right? And you have to stay in the street. A lot of people maybe they're there around you. You can't see properly, and you can get lost. You can get lost, and you aren't able to know exactly where is the point. If you want to go to a restaurant, if you want to go another side, you can't know. You don't know. So you have to ask. You have to make some experience. Okay, imagine that like a subjective, because you are living in your experience directly, and you don't have a very idea where you're going. Okay, people can try to explain you the path you have to do, but maybe you don't have the complete conscious understanding of the path. You can make some mistake. The map. People, humankind invented the map. Map is the best example of science, of objective thought. Think about that. The first map that the human made wasn't complete, was very bad. Okay, if you take map in the history, okay, you can search that for a country or for a nation, I don't know, of the world. The first map wasn't so precise exactly. In the meantime, when the men used that to travel, they improve it, and now whatever we have Google Maps, and it's always developing. You can now look in Google Maps everything literally, and you can even have the street view that's old, 1 2 years probably. However, it's very useful, more than the old maps. This development, if you think, is like the scientific process. Now a function, now an understanding, now a technician. That's the science, and be a real good example of the science. So we start a game. You go out of with a train. You are going in a city. You go out a train. You have a station, and you know that you are hungry. What can you do? You can ask to 3,000 people or more, 200 people, what's the best restaurant here? Because everyone say it's subjective proportional, and maybe they don't know what's your desire, what is better for you, what do you like to eat or something else. You have to be so lucky. But if you take Google Maps, make Google Maps, and you search the restaurant, you can have all the information you need and all the target. That's how science works in our way. Science works like map of the reality, and there is some law, there is something to follow. However, it's that the same of the device like Google Maps. I think it's the best example to make even a brain damaged monkey to understand the difference between personal subjective thought and objective thought. When we work talking about science, we can't let the opinion take the advantage, take the my priority. The priority is the objective thought. Then after that, someone can make opinion. However, the opinion then needs to make an research and to prove that opinion is good or not. So I think with this example we can understand something about people who doesn't understand science, because people who don't understand science and they blame of them, etc., etc., they want the life in a subjective way. They want to live in a closed space, in the closed sensority, because if you are in a city and you don't have some tools that help you to look above your head, you have only the notion of what you see and what you hear, and it's limited. With Google Maps, I can reach 100 kilometers or more that for what I need. Okay, with my barely sense, no, it's impossible. It's the same process as science and fiction. The fictionary thoughts subjective. The problem is when the subjective thought become fictionary, and people stay there and don't want to understand and don't want to be criticized. So out of mind, we have to take our head open, to make them open, to take out our thoughts, to understand, to explore, to be curious, but to understand and to know how to react with resilience about the anguish that the world give us. Because to grow up, we need to stay in the anguish, to understand it and to handle. There is a lot of example in the internet about that. That if every development, everything make us better, make us grow up, pass through some anguish. If we don't want anguish and we want to control our reality, we want to be the leader of our thoughts, we are enslaved from that. We are enslaved from the cage in our mind. And we can't proceed, we can't have the control of our surrounding, of our environment, okay? That's all. I think this example could be very good for you. If you're curious, please go ahead on the internet and search some map for a city, from a country, and look in the difference, the development of map in the history, and you can have a look about the development is the same as science. So have a nice day and goodbye. Out of mind.